The FTC has sued fuel additive companies and found their products cause more than twice as much engine damage as using nothing at all. That's a federal investigation, not a scare tactic. And one of those bottles might be sitting in your garage right now. Most people have no idea that the fuel additive industry pulls in over $6 billion a year, but AAA testing revealed that simply using top-tier gasoline creates 19 times fewer engine deposits than cheap gas. What that means is most of these bottles claim to solve a problem that good fuel already handles on its own. Today I'm breaking down the 8 fuel injector cleaners you should never use and the 4 that actually work. Some of these will surprise you, and one of them surprised me when it wrecked my engine. So let's get into it. Number 8. Products with no PEA. The single most important thing you need to understand before buying any fuel injector cleaner is this. If it doesn't contain PEA, which stands for polyethylamine, your money is going straight down the drain. University of Birmingham researchers studied the chemistry behind how these cleaners actually work, and they found that effective formulas need 2 things. First, a long hydrocarbon tail that's nonpolar, and second, a polar head group containing nitrogen, usually an amine. That amine group bonds chemically to the acidic carbon deposits on your injector surfaces and literally pulls them off the metal. Chevron developed PEA back in 1980. And what makes it different from everything else is its stability at temperatures around 1200 degrees Fahrenheit. Your combustion chamber gets extremely hot, and most other chemicals break down at those temperatures. PEA keeps working where other detergents fail completely. Before you buy anything, flip the bottle over and check the ingredients. Put it back on the shelf if PEA or polyethylamine isn't listed. That product isn't going to do what you think. Number 7. Seafoam motor treatment. This one is painful to talk about because seafoam has been around since the 1930s. A guy named Fred Fandriai, who worked for Sinclair Refining Company, created it, and he originally sold it in beer bottles to local fishermen for their outboard motors. And that right there is the problem. Seafoam was designed for 2-stroke outboard motors, not modern fuel-injected cars. What's actually inside seafoam? Isopropyl alcohol, dilution solvent, and light mineral oil. Notice what's missing from that list. No PEA anywhere. 0 polyethylamine in the formula. A fuels chemist on a popular automotive forum ran seafoam through a gas chromatograph, and his conclusion was pretty damning. He said it contains no beneficial fuel detergents and called it basically a one-tank wonder that just burns faster, fooling us into thinking it's some kind of miracle cure. What seafoam can do is loosen light deposits with its alcohol and solvents, but loosening and dissolving aren't the same thing. Deposits that break loose without dissolving float around your fuel system looking for somewhere to cause trouble. And that means clogged filters, foul plugs, or a sudden check engine light out of nowhere. Seafoam works fine for lawn equipment or light fuel stabilization. For cleaning modern fuel injectors, though, it's the wrong tool entirely. And what you need is something with PEA. Number 6. Generic bargain cleaners. When you see a fuel injector cleaner on the shelf for $3, keep walking and don't look back. Those bargain bin bottles come filled with cheap solvents, usually kerosene, petroleum distillates, or alcohol, and they're marketed like miracle cures. Restore lost power. Boost fuel economy. Clean injectors in one tank. The problem is none of it holds up under scrutiny. Technical documentation from Gumout states it plainly. When petroleum distillates get diluted in a fuel tank, their deposit-removing abilities become minor to non-existent. Cheap cleaners might remove light surface grime at best, but without PEA, they can't touch hard carbon deposits. And when they do knock something loose, those chunks don't disappear. They clog filters, jam injectors, and sometimes get pushed straight into your catalytic converter. The FTC has gone after multiple fuel additive companies for false claims, and one case stands out. A product called Z-Max went through independent lab testing that revealed it was nothing more than mineral oil and dye. Even worse, tests showed treated oil produced more than twice as much bearing corrosion as untreated oil. The government sued them over it. Number 5. PIB and PIBA-based products. This one gets a little technical, but stick with me because understanding it could save you real money. Some fuel additives use chemicals that sound similar to PEA but work completely differently. Two of the most common are PIB, which stands for polyisobutylene, and PBA, which stands for polyisobutyleneamine. PIB is a pure hydrocarbon polymer without polar functional groups. And in plain English, that chemistry means one thing. PIB cannot remove deposits that already exist. All it can do is prevent new ones from forming. Your injectors are already dirty, which is why you're shopping for a cleaner in the first place. And PIB won't touch that existing grime. PBA is even more deceptive because it actually does clean. The problem is what happens next. Patent documentation spells it out clearly. PBA and other high molecular weight alkylamines tend to contribute to combustion chamber deposit buildup. That means PBA can clean one area while creating deposits in another area. It's like mopping your kitchen floor by pushing all the dirt into the living room. Products leaning heavily on PIB or PBA are not the same as products with PEA. Read labels carefully and look for polyethylamine specifically. That one-word difference matters more than most people realize. Number 4. Multi-purpose all-in-one additives. Some bottles promise to do everything. Clean your injectors, stabilize your fuel, lubricate your upper cylinders, remove water from your tank, and boost your octane all at once. Sounds convenient, but here's the thing. Products that claim to fix everything usually fix nothing well. The problem is chemistry. An effective fuel injector cleaner needs a high concentration of PEA to dissolve carbon deposits. When a manufacturer tries to cram 5 different functions into one bottle, the PEA concentration gets diluted down to almost nothing. What you end up with is an overhyped cocktail that spreads itself too thin. The bigger danger is confusion. Multi-purpose additives can interact badly with fuel systems, oil seals, or sensors. They don't target one problem. They spread problems around. Drivers pour this stuff into their tank, expecting a miracle, and end up with rough idle, clogged injectors, or a flashing check engine light just weeks later. Number 3. Products making extreme claims. The FTC spent decades pursuing fuel additive companies for false advertising, and the pattern never changes. Big promises followed by zero proof. STP Corporation paid $888,000 in civil penalties back in 1995 for violating FTC orders about their engine treatment claims. At the time, that ranked among the largest consumer protection order violations on record. Then came Slick 50 in 1996 and 1997, settling charges over claims that their product reduced engine wear by 50%. That settlement cost them somewhere between $10 and $20 million in consumer refunds. Duralube faced charges in 1999 for claiming 50% wear reduction and 35% MPG improvement, and none of it was real. The FTC put out an official statement after all these investigations that cuts through the noise. They said the EPA has evaluated or tested more than 100 purported gas-saving devices and additives, and has not found any product that significantly improves gas mileage. When you see a bottle promising 25% better fuel economy or massive horsepower restoration, be skeptical. If those claims held any truth, government testing would have found evidence by now. Number 2. Pour-in cleaners for severely fouled injectors. Most people don't want to hear this next part, but it's true. No pour-in cleaner on the market is going to save severely clogged injectors. Motor Trend ran tests with RC Engineering, a professional injector cleaning service, to see what happens when you use a pour-in fuel injector cleaner on a vehicle with dirty injectors. The capacity and flow pattern of the test car's fuel injectors hadn't changed at all. Zero measurable improvement from the pour-in cleaner. Professional ultrasonic cleaning told a different story and restored the injectors significantly. Motor Trend's conclusion was clear. Effective injector cleaning requires stronger chemicals than can legally be sold in stores for use with emissions-controlled vehicles, and stubborn deposits simply must be dealt with by force. Pour-in cleaners work best as prevention or for light deposits. Serious performance problems probably need professional service, because a bottle from the auto parts store has real limits. Number 1. Any cleaner for GDI intake valves. People make this mistake constantly, and I see it all the time. Someone has a gasoline direct injection engine with carbon buildup on their intake valves, and they think a pour-in cleaner will fix it. It won't, and the reason comes down to basic physics. Older port fuel injection engines spray fuel into the intake ports where it washes over the intake valves, which provides natural cleaning. GDI engines work differently. Fuel gets injected directly into the combustion chamber at extremely high pressure, and that means intake valves never see any fuel at all. Oil vapors and PCV gases bake onto GDI valve surfaces without any cleaning mechanism to wash them off. Pour-in cleaners only go where the fuel goes, so they never touch those valves. GDI engines with valve deposits need either a direct spray cleaner applied through the intake or walnut blasting. Pour-in cleaners are physically incapable of reaching the problem no matter which brand you choose. We've covered everything that doesn't work. So now let's talk about what actually does. If you stuck around this long, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe, because this next part is what you really need to know. The cleaners that actually work. Number 4, BG44K. This one operates differently because regular auto parts stores don't carry it. BG44K typically sells through professional shops and dealerships. BG Products has operated for over 50 years, and their 44K holds the title of #1 aftermarket fuel system cleaner among automotive service managers. Honda, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and GM dealerships all use it. What separates BG from the pack is their warranty backing. Up to $4,000 in coverage for lubricated fuel system parts comes with regular use as part of service. That's real confidence in what they sell. Some industry insiders say BG44K is mostly solvent with detergent levels similar to top-tier gas concentrations. But the professional-grade formulation and dealer backing make it a legitimate choice for maintenance. When your shop recommends BG44K during service, it's a reasonable option worth considering. Just know you're paying a premium for the professional channel. Number 3. Gumout Regain High Mileage. Your car has racked up serious miles and never had a proper fuel system cleaning. This is where the reset starts. Safety data sheets show Gumout Regain High Mileage contains 20 to 30% PEA, which is a strong concentration at a budget-friendly price point. Testing results show significant improvement in fuel economy and major reduction in emissions, and drivers often notice smoother idling with quicker throttle response after treatment. What sets Regain High Mileage apart is the value equation. Legitimate PEA concentration costs less than premium brands, which makes it the answer for people who need a solid deep clean without spending top dollar. Every 3,000 to 5,000 miles in older cars works well, or just use it whenever sluggish performance shows up. For high mileage vehicles that need real cleaning, this ranks among the best starting points available. Number 2. Redline SI1. The highest concentration of PEA you can buy over the counter sits inside this bottle. According to the Material Safety Datasheet, Redline SI1 contains 30 to 40% polyethyramine, and most other cleaners fall way below that level. That concentration makes Redline extremely effective at dissolving stubborn carbon deposits in injectors, valves, and combustion chambers. Independent lab testing using ASTM standards shows it removes over 90% of injector flow restrictions, which is a real, measurable result you can verify. BMW has actually put their name behind this product as a recommendation, and when an automaker does that, the endorsement carries weight. Proper use matters with something this strong. Pour it into a nearly empty tank, fill up with fuel, and let it run through the system while following the directions exactly. Used properly, Redline offers one of the best ways to reset a fuel system without pulling injectors out for professional cleaning. Number 1. Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus. Mechanics and automakers recommend this product more than any other, and the reason traces back to the source. Chevron invented PEA technology in 1980 and originally called it Techroline, which means nobody understands this chemistry better than they do. Techron claimed the AutoWeek 2019 Reader's Choice Award for Best Fuel Additive. Car and Driver's Testing Director has said it's the only product he recommends. Mercedes-Benz approved it. GM licenses Techron technology for their own fuel system cleaner. Engines with deposit buildup show significant improvement in fuel economy and dramatic reduction in emissions after Techron treatment. And what makes it special is the balance. Cleaning strength is high enough to work, but it won't damage rubber seals or clog filters like some aggressive formulas can. Brand new cars and high mileage commuters both respond well without nasty side effects. Techron handles gas cars, hybrids, motorcycles, and small engines like lawnmowers with equal effectiveness. One bottle treats about 20 gallons of fuel, and using it every few thousand miles works well as prevention. Some people complain about the price compared to bargain cleaners, but when you look at what fuel system repairs actually cost, Techron is cheap insurance. Now you know which fuel injector cleaners destroy engines and which ones actually deliver. If this video just saved you from wasting money on snake oil, hit that like button and subscribe. I put out videos like this every week to help you stop getting ripped off. Now drop a comment and tell me what fuel injector cleaner you've used and whether it actually made a difference. I want to hear your real experiences. Thank you for watching.